Hello everybody, and welcome to the Green Show. Today we're going to be talking about ECHS trips. Now ECHS does a variety of trips throughout the school year where students get to go out of their more normal city life and experience nature hands-on. As ECHS students, they each go by class. Freshmen get to go to Catalina Islands, sophomores go to Joshua Tree, and juniors go backpacking. They get to experience something that they've never experienced before. Today we'll have three guest speakers tell us about what they did there and the great experiences they had. Right after this.
Okay, class, a lot of our water travels through the Sacramento-San Joaquin Delta, way down here to us. But years of low rainfall and pumping restrictions have reduced our reserves to 50%. We must conserve our water.
Or when we grow up, there's going to be even less.
So what do you say, class?
Okay, we'll start over.
Go to BeWaterWise.com to learn how you can save water and about California's water problem.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the Green Show. I'm Rodrigo Padilla, your host, and here we have Kaysha Brooks with us today. We're going to be talking about ECHS's outdoor trips. So Kaysha, I hear you're a freshman, right?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. I heard you guys went to Catalina.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the trip. What did you guys do there?
Well, we took a boat all the way to Catalina. It was a really fun experience being with our friends on the boat and experiencing new things all the while, learning about new things. We rode up on the boat to the Catalina dock. When we first got there, everybody was like, we weren't really paying attention to the teacher's directions because everybody was like, this is such a beautiful scenery. We weren't used to this kind of surrounding, and it was a beautiful experience to do because not a lot of schools get to go on trips like Catalina. It was a beautiful place to be. When we got there, we went to the cabins. We unloaded all our things. After that, we went and we had some lunch, and everybody was just chattering about how amazing the scenery was, and even the people that were like negative about going were already enjoying themselves just being there and seeing the scenery and everything. It was just like amazing to them, and the whole experience was a great experience. We went snorkeling, kayaking, went hiking. We learned about different animals. We learned about different places in this world that we also can relate to, and otherwise I think going to Catalina made us see things in a different way and be able to appreciate the experiences and places that we get to go that other kids don't get to go. So altogether it was a really beautiful experience.
All right, wow. So tell us a little bit about some of the things you guys did there. Like, I heard you went snorkeling.
Yes, we went snorkeling. The snorkeling was really fun. We had to put on wetsuits, so we had the whole feel of what it's like to go snorkeling in real life. We put on the wetsuits, the fins, the head, the goggles, the mouthpiece, and we just saw all the different marine animals. Like, we saw different type of fish that we didn't even know that existed. We saw all different type of things that were in the bottom of the ocean, and it was just like, and the water is so clear compared to how it is up here because there's not as much pollution out there. And I think that a lot of people took from that is that if we were as clean as they were down there, then we could actually see all the beautiful things that we have down here. So we saw a lot of beautiful fish, and we saw a lot of birds, and we saw a lot of different things. Like, we saw sharks, and it was a little scary, but it was fun.
Oh, you saw sharks in front of you?
Yeah, they were actually below us, and I think one person actually kind of swam by one, and it was kind of like scary, but it was really fun, and it was a great experience. And I was kind of skeptical about getting into the water with stingrays and sharks because, well, they're notorious for eating people, but it was pretty fun, and the sharks weren't really that big, and it was the people, what they actually call kelp, the Catalina Environmental Association. They actually taught us how to do everything. They made us feel comfortable. They weren't making us do anything we didn't want to do, so everybody like moved at their own rate to what they wanted to do. and it was actually very fun. So everybody wind up, even people that were negative about it, wind up having like an amazing time. It was just a beautiful place to be, and all the opportunities. We went kayaking, and we were like really close to seals, like laying on the rocks, like having their nap. We went hiking. It was just amazing, and we hiked up mountains. We sat in this little, it wasn't as much as a ditch, but it was like full with like trees, and it had rocks, and we just sat on it and talked, and it was just like a beautiful place to be. And at night we went out, and then we laid on our backs and we looked at the stars, and they told us different stories about the stars, and it was just like it was just like a beautiful experience. And being out in Catalina, the sky was so clear, so we could see all the stars, stuff that you couldn't see here out in LA because of all the smog and the pollution in the air, and it really makes you appreciate beauty.
That sounds amazing.
Yes, it really was.
I'm pretty sure you would do it again.
Yeah, I would love to do it again.
That's really great. Where did you sleep? Where was most of your time spent?
Most of our time was spent outdoors. We slept in cabins with beds in them. We had our cabins. We were all like playful in the cabins. Everybody was enjoying each other. It was pretty awesome. People that I knew that like, I mean, at school we walked by each other and say hi, say hey. But being at Catalina, most of the people really got closer. I actually have people that I didn't talk to in the beginning of the year. I actually got really close to them because being at Catalina made us like talk to each other and say, oh, look at that and look at this, and just hang out and take pictures and just have fun. It was just being with our friends and meeting new people was just amazing.
That's great. Would you say you learned anything from this experience?
I actually learned a lot of stuff. I learned about different marine animals. I learned about what you can do to prevent certain things. I learned a lot. I mean, here when we first came here, they taught us about composting, but I learned a lot more about composting. It was pretty awesome. We kind of learned about cooking. They told us how to take things from the natural environment and cook. Like, they actually bake cookies from actually plants from the ground, and they mix different seeds to make cookies. We learn a lot about the environment and what we can do to prevent like trash in the water and everything, and how trash in the water affects different marine animals.
Oh, that's great. So how was it like being with your peers away from home? Was this your first time doing something like this?
No, I actually been to Catalina once in the 8th grade, and I had only stayed for 2 days, but being away, it wasn't really bad, because I was enjoying myself. I think the only time I really thought about being home was when I was about to go to sleep. And I mean, I didn't really miss them because I know I was going to be back in a few days. So, but it was fun being with my peers and like just talking and discovering things about people that you wouldn't discover at school, because we had all this time to talk and out in the open. So it was pretty good.
Oh, that's great. How long did you stay there exactly?
We stayed there for 2 nights and 3 days.
All right. That's cool. What was your favorite part about the trip?
My favorite part was our leader, our teacher, Mr. Lakey. He was just like so funny, and hiking with all the people. Most of the people in my group I never really talked to before, and getting to know them and actually being in the group with them just made me like more comfortable and everything. So it was just like fun, and I like being in the group and going different places. At first, when I was skeptical about getting the water, going snorkeling was actually one of the funnest things I did, and kayaking was pretty fun.
Did being there make you more comfortable here at the school, making all these new friends and stuff?
Yeah, it actually did, because when we got back, we were still as close as we were back in Catalina, so everybody knew each other more. We all laughed about what we did in Catalina and everything, and it was pretty fun. And the upperclassmen asked us about our trip, so we got to know. When we came back from the trip, the upperclassmen asked us about our trip, so we got more in tune with the upperclassmen and getting to know them and their experiences at Catalina. And most of them shared with us that Catalina is about the best field trip you're going to go to at this school.
Oh, cool. Are you excited about the next year's trip?
To Joshua Tree, I'm kind of excited. Not so excited about the no showers.
Oh, right. That must be horrible.
Yeah.
So you guys had everything at the trip, right?
Yeah, we had showers. The showers were cold, but it was cold water, but there were still showers, and we had restrooms. Food was really good. It was really good.
What did you guys eat?
They had different stuff like spaghetti. They had pesto sauce on pasta. They had salad bars. For breakfast we had pancakes. They had different like variety of things. Their food was like high-notch food. It was really good. Like they did their best to prepare a good meal for all of us.
Oh, that's really cool. Well, thanks a lot, Kaysha.
You're welcome.
We'll be back after this short break.
A lot of our water comes through the Sacramento-San Joaquin Delta. But recently, due to pumping restrictions and the state's outdated water system, we're getting less and less, reducing our water reserves by 50%. We have to conserve until we can solve this problem. Go to BeWaterWise.com to find out how you can conserve and to learn more about California's water problem.
Hello everybody and welcome back to The Green Show. Now we have Valerie Bautista with us today. She's going to tell us about the sophomore trip to Joshua Tree. So tell us, Valerie, what exactly is Joshua Tree?
Well, Joshua Tree, it's a desert, and there's lots of people go there to rock climb, and people from all over actually, like the world, go to rock climb. And we went with a group called Champions, and they set up a lot of our activities. And well, we went early on in the year to bring our sophomore class a little bit closer together because it's the beginning of the year. Everybody's trying to get to know each other, and like what better way than to go early to Joshua Tree. And I had a pretty good experience. The people there were really nice. It was hot. It was, I think, 103 degrees one day.
Wow.
Yeah, we had like a lot of character building things. Like there's 3 levels of rock climbing we went on one day, and the first level was like, okay, so it's not that hard, and then there's the second level, and it like the rocks were slanted, and it's just a random rock. Then they set it up, and it's like amazing. Like you don't think you could do it, but when you're like up there and you're actually like doing it, you're like, oh my god, like I can do this. And it's kind of like it's really like it makes you kind of like a stronger person.
What was it like rock climbing? Was it really challenging?
It was, because it was like scorching. It was 100 degrees outside, and like some kids got blisters, but overall it was a pretty good experience, and it was a little scary.
Yeah, I can imagine. How high did you guys climb?
I'm not exactly sure. It looked like about maybe 60 feet around, I don't know.